Alexys International was born out of a desire to bring new technology to the healthcare market. We have 3 directors who started the business, and we've all worked together for the last 25 years. So we have a great deal of working industry experience in designing and developing nurse call systems. Alexys International wanted a direct-to-market sales option in New South Wales. So we could get close to our clients, understand their needs, but also be able to use that information to develop new nurse call systems to go through our reseller channel for the rest of Australia, Southeast Asia, and ultimately the rest of the world. In the last 5 years, we've installed over 250 nurse call systems across Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia and Indonesia. So Alexys have designed and developed and installed 3 types of nurse call systems, 2 hardwired and 1 Wi-Fi. Our first hardwired system was the Pro-based system, which was backwards compatible to legacy nurse call systems in the market, which gave us the ability to support legacy systems going forward. We then developed our APTUS Air system, which is Wi-Fi, and it has a BLE beacon for location-based services. It is the bread and butter for refurbishments. We're now installing our Unity-based nurse call system, which brings Pro Series and Air Series together and allows us to be backwards compatible to legacy nurse call systems, but forward-thinking to air and hardwired nurse call systems. So Unity gives us PoE, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, CAN bus and legacy nurse call. So it really is the most unifying nurse call system in the market. We know that most aged care facilities are using a Wi-Fi network for resident data, clinical notes and access to the internet. So we decided to use the Wi-Fi network for the nurse call system. So we developed APTUS Air. APTUS Air is the product for refurbishments. It allows us to go into any aged care facility with a Wi-Fi network and instantly refurbish the facility with little or no resident interruption. We can get in and out of a resident room within minutes, not hours. The APTUS Air nurse call points are firmware updatable. What we can do is push a message out over the air in the same way that Tesla receives its updates. We can update a call point's features and functionality with no disruption to the operation of the system and no knowledge by the resident the system has been updated. Our Wi-Fi call points are designed to last for 3 years off a set of batteries. That is that they check in once every half an hour and they're used 5 times a day. If that process is followed, then 3 years is their battery life. Alexys Australia engineers are certified EcoHow site survey engineers, which means we can go to any existing aged care facility and do a full site survey, identifying any Wi-Fi network issues before we install our system. If the site doesn't have a Wi-Fi network, then we can design and deploy a new Wi-Fi network for our system and other systems to live on. Because the APTUS Air system is Wi-Fi based, they work anywhere there is a Wi-Fi signal coverage. So if there is a new bedroom, new bathroom, or any refurbishment being done, we can put that call point wherever we like. The Unity and Air call points come with BLE beacons for RTLS, or real-time location services. When we turn the beacon on, we can start to identify where a resident is and where a staff member is. When a resident pushes their button, it sends a message out to the system and the staff get a location of that resident. Then they can attend to that need quickly and efficiently. Once a staff member gets to a resident, then auto presence begins. If multiple staff are there, then auto presence works for multiple staff as well. The system auto-calculates time in attendance, and therefore the Pillar 2 reporting can be done automatically. The RTLS function automates the who, the where, the when, and the how long for the nurse call system. Facilities used to use pagers to get messages to staff. Then they went to DECT phones. Then they went to Wi-Fi phones. Now everyone's heading to smartphones. And that's where APTUS Aware comes in. APTUS Aware is our mobile messaging app to keep staff on the move. Staff are no longer tied to a staff station. With mobility comes flexibility. And with APTUS Aware, we get the right message to the right person at the right time, ensuring speedy response. The APTUS Aware mobile messaging app allows staff with an Android phone to accept a call, decline a call, and choose their own work group for the day, giving the staff the power of acceptance, decline, and location. Alexys in-house engineers developed the mobile messaging app APTUS Aware. It means that we have full control over the development and where the app is going, and we can see great things for it in the future. The APTUS CMS is the glue that brings all the messaging together, whether it be an alarm from the fire panel, an alarm for the nurse call system, security or BMS. We can capture any alarm and send it to any device, whether it be an annunciator, a DECT phone, a smartphone, or off-site. The APTUS CMS is the messaging hub that makes it all come together. The APTUS CMS is built on microservices architecture, so instead of a monolithic code base, we have lots of individual microservices that all work together but work autonomously. So should a service need to be updated, all the other services can continue to operate while we update one service alone. Companies like Amazon, Facebook, Netflix are all using microservices as the code base for their systems, and we're using the same technology for our NERSCOR system. The APTUS CMS can send messages to pages, DECT phones, SpectraLink phones, email, SMS, and APTUS Aware. So no matter what mobile messaging tool you use, APTUS CMS can send the right message to the right person. The CMS is a powerful workflow engine, setting a number of rules, meaning the right message goes to the right staff member at the right time. But using the workgroup function, staff can actually choose which workgroup they're assigned to for the day, giving them the flexibility to change locations within the facility. The Unity NERSCOR system is our latest product, but it gives us ultimate flexibility, from legacy cabling and legacy infrastructure right through to PoE and Wi-Fi capabilities. So when we're refurbishing a facility, we can use existing cabling without doing any builder's works, patching, painting, surface duct. We can just go in, put the NERSCOR point on the wall and give future capabilities to existing sites. So awesome for refurbishment. But in a brand new build, we can use the PoE function, CAN bus, and future-proof a site with highly available and redundant NERSCOR system, which is the first highly available system in the market. So by designing redundancy into the system, we can actually use PoE at both ends of the cable, meaning that we can go to one comms room for one PoE switch and a second comms room for the second switch. So should a network switch fail, the NERSCOR system will continue working through the other switch, giving you a highly available NERSCOR system. The master call station in each room has the flexibility to run off PoE, also to run off legacy cabling. So we've put multiple ports on the back of the device to be able to be flexible into the future. It also includes the ability for audible communication. So in the future, we can actually open up two-way speech using exactly the same call point, just adding a microphone and speaker. Using the Bluetooth beacon in Unity, not only do we have RTLS, but we have the ability for Bluetooth accessories to talk wirelessly back to the call point. So in the future, cabling will be a thing of the past. The APTUS CMS has memory support unit function for dementia-specific care. With a set of rules set in place, the resident can have the freedom to move around their room without staff intervention. The rules could be out of bed too long, room entered, room departed, in ensuite too long, or resident restless. Once a rule is set up, if a resident does go outside the norm, then a staff member can intervene. We use a range of sensors depending on the resident's needs, from bed sensors, floor sensors, chair sensors, and passive infrared detectors. New sensor technology is coming through, which allows us greater information and more detail than ever before. The APTUS CMS has a powerful reporting engine and auto-scheduled reports, so all the reports that you'd run on a daily basis, weekly basis, can be automatically turned up in your email box. But for data visualization, we have a Power BI API, which means that we can visualize the data that's been produced per site. If you're a multi-campus provider, then that data can be surfaced for all of your sites on the same dashboard, giving you benchmarking across all sites. Alexys is designed and engineered locally. We work closely with our customers in the form of a partnership to ensure we can bring new, innovative products to market that assist you with your operations.